Hello everyone, it's me again, Junkmaster3, and yeah, I'm back with yet another horror review video. And I'm actually making this video in the same day as I made the boarding house review. So if you are interested in that, you can watch that one as well. But for this particular video, I'm going to make a review of yet another shot-on-video film, and the film is Sledgehammer from 1983. Like I said in the previous review video with Boarding House, that movie claimed to be the first shot on video film, and this one also claims to be the first shot on video film. So I'm not really sure which is the right one. Maybe both of them are not really correct at all. I'm not really sure about that. If you know more about that, let me know. But anyway, this is a shot on video film from 1983 directed by David A. Pryor. And David A. Pryor is one of my favorite directors. It seems strange to say one of my favorite directors, like he's the greatest, but I mean, some of his films are like really entertainingly bad in a way. I mean, they're really fun to watch. Even though, I mean, you can totally see some of the things that really doesn't make any sense in his films, but they're really fun for the most part. But anyway, now I'm going to talk about this particular one, which was the very first film he directed. Yeah, Sledgehammer. It pretty much begins like almost like Halloween in a way, because it's about this kid who his mother has invited, like I think a lover or something, and he finds out about it. And this kid is almost like what could he be, like 5 years old or probably something like that. So he finds out that they're making out and stuff, and he decides to kill him off. And then we cut to, I'm not really sure how many years later, but I think it's about, I can't even remember, it's like 15 or 20 years later. And these people decide find this place. I think someone has bought it or something, so they decide to have a party there, or just hang around and have a good time. One of those actors in this group is played by Ted Pryor. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Since I mean he's the brother of David A. Pryor, and I mean it's in most of his films in general. So that is really like how it starts, and then of course people are getting killed off in numerous of ways, or in different types of ways. That's what I want to say. So it's very, I mean, cliche when it comes to storyline. It's not really that whole lot of a plot in general. It's just a very weird mess in my personal opinion. So the one things that I really liked about it was the shot on video style to it, like the whole VHS type quality. I mean, some people would say, "Oh, that's terrible picture quality," but I would say sometimes that adds to the atmosphere. So I thought that was really good. Um, the um, the acting by Ted Pryor is okay, I guess, but from most of the other actors, some of those actors were really obnoxious and annoying to watch, and I just wanted them to get like killed off very early in the film. But yeah, it's basically about they pretty much find out that this house is cursed, and it's pretty much haunted or by this kid who got the little kid from the beginning of the film. So he's sort of like, you don't really know if he's a ghost or if he's really there or not. But anyway, he's killing off some people throughout this film. Not really in a big spoiler or anything. You pretty much know from the get go what you're getting yourself into when you watch a film like this. But I would say in general, this is one of the worst David A. Pryor films I've seen. Still, I mean, it's the first film he directed, so I can't bash on him too hard on this one. But the really biggest problem with this is all of the incredibly annoying and dull slow mo sequences David A. Pryor decided to add on this film. I can totally see that happening in a really entertaining like death scene or something like that. That could have been really cool, just like they did with Maniac, with the shotgun scene or the scanner sequence. And some of those sequences are really like iconic because they were made in slow mo, and it was such a impactful type of death scenes in those films. In this one, not so much. The death scenes are not really that interesting, and not very bloody or gory at all, in my personal opinion. I mean, I expected more from this when it comes to that department. But the slow mo sequences is really what really kills off this film, and especially when they have like these slow mo sequences with just people walking around in the backyard. I mean, it's just basically Ted Pryor and another girl. They're having some sort of discussion or conversation with each other, and they just walk around. And that sequence has that is in slow-mo, and it's just some weird music attached to that, and it just goes on and on and on. It just doesn't go anywhere, and then just the scene ends, and like, what was that all about? So that's really the main issue with the whole film. The slow-mo parts just killed this film for me. And I was almost falling asleep, I mean, numerous of times in this film. So I dare anyone to try to watch this without falling asleep. So that's not really what you want to hear when you talk about a horror film in general. But anyway, Sledgehammer. I guess the cinematography, what it was in like good. The lighting was acceptable, I guess, and I mean, all the technical stuff other than the slow mo part is okay. Ted Pryor is okay, but the rest of the actors are just obnoxious and annoying, in my personal opinion. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. I do not enjoy this really at all, to be honest. I mean, if I would say, I'd rather watch Boarding House than watching this again, because Boarding House at least was so incredibly strange and weird that it actually got somewhat interesting. This one is just a really long, dragged out film. I mean, this could have been like a short film, and it probably would have been better. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. But anyway, Sledgehammer, 1983, 4 out of 10, unfortunately. So yeah, that's my review for Sledgehammer. Hope you enjoyed that little review. I'm gonna try to maybe try and make another horror review. I'm kind of on a roll today when it comes to horror reviews, but yeah, we'll see what happened next. But also, I'm gonna make the top 5 of the month, like I mentioned in the previous video. So keep your eyes open for that one and the next videos on this channel. So yeah, hope you're having a good time, everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.